Hi mga kabreks! Welcome back sa aking YouTube channel. And for today's video, ngayon na natin gagawin ang ating itinerary and budget vlog. But first of all guys, I do apologize if ngayon ko lang nailabas tong content na ito kasi I had to take some rest. Kasi after nung trip nung July 22, one day rest lang tayo and then sumabak na agad tayo sa work. Plus, sabay pa tong pag-i-edit ng mga vlogs natin itong Hong Kong and Macau natin nung July. Again, I'm not complaining guys, I'm just explaining myself why late na tong nailabas. Okay? And thank you so much sa mga nag-aabang, sa mga nagsusupport ng ating vlog. Nagbabasa ako ng mga comments nyo guys and I really appreciate it na marami naka-appreciate ng aming vlogs dito sa naging recent trip namin sa Hong Kong and Macau with my friends and my sister and her friends. So ngayon, di ko na papatagalin pa guys. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell para updated ka sa mga next travel vlogs natin and mga ganito, itinerary and budget sharing para sa mga next travel plans mo. Okay, so dating gawi guys, andito naman ating mahiwagang cheat sheet. Ito siya guys, ayan, dito ko talaga sa iPad na to ginagawa lahat ng mga nakakaisang file to, okay? So ayun, as our tradition, magsisimula tayo sa itinerary daily. I-share ko sa inyo yung mga ginawa namin everyday. Though meron na kayong clue about dun sa pagkaka-arrange ng vlogs natin. So this trip guys started ng July 16 to July 22. And day 1 natin is mag-start talaga yan pagdating na mismo dun sa country na pupuntahan natin. Hindi ko na sinimulan sa NAIA kasi alam niyo naman yung procedure pagdating doon. So yan, around 10:30 nakarating na kami ng Hong Kong International Airport. And then 11:15 na clear namin yung immigration, baggage claim, na-claim na rin namin yung Hong Kong goodies na pinapamigay for tourists. And then octopus cards. And then 12:15 kami umalis ng airport. And then mga 1:30 kami nakarating ng Mirador Mansions. And then we took our lunch 2:30 na. Kasi naghanap pa kami ng bakanteng or may space na resto. And kasi Sunday rin yun, family day for that day. So marami talaga, jam-pack lahat ng resto. Kaya 2:30 na kami nakapag-lunch. And nakapag-check-in kami around 4 na kasi hindi kami allowed mag-early check-in that time. Kasi nga fully booked din daw sila. Ang dami nilang guests na naghihintay that time. Buti lang pinaiwan yung baggage namin sa kanilang hostel. And then after namin mag-check-in, nag-settle down lang kami saglit. And then 5 PM kami lumabas ng hostel. And then we went to Avenue of Stars, Hong Kong Cultural Center, Old Clock Tower, and this is just walking distance from Tsim Sha Tsui. Kasi pa from the Chongqing Mansion Mirador, dire-diretsuhin mo lang yun, padiretso ka na doon. Andun na itong tatlo na to, ang pinakamalapit. So good start yan for our Hong Kong warm up kumbaga. And then 8 PM kami bumalik ng hostel. It's too early kasi too early rin kami nagising that day, lalo na yung tatlo daw galing bang probinsya. And then 10 PM kami nagpahinga. And then day 2 natin guys, nag-start kami ng 9 AM na. And pumunta muna kami ng Jordan. Sana itatry namin yung Australia Dairy Go kasi best breakfast place daw yan. Pero this day guys, itong day 2 is Typhoon 8. Nakataas ang Typhoon 8 sa Hong Kong kasi dadaan yung bagyo galing sa Pinas. And sarado lahat, karamihan ng restaurant. Except yung mga groceries, tapos itong si Cafe de Coral na nasa Jordan branch. Kaya dito na kami nag-breakfast ng around 10 AM. And 11:45 nakarating na kami ng Tung Chung after breakfast kasi wala kami magawa dun sa Jordan area. So sabi ko, tara sa City Gate, baka naman bukas yung mga shops ng mall. And suddenly, sarado pala lahat. So bukas yung mall itself, pero yung mga outlets is sarado except sa groceries and then cafeterias. And so, pumunta na lang kami ng 759 store. May nakita kami doon parang Japanese-Korean store. Nag-check lang ng price. And since the board na kami, umalis na kami ng around 2. Nakarating na kami ng Mongkok kasi we are planning na to bypassalubong that time instead kasi wala na kaming magawa and we just tried our best para hindi masayang yung data namin. And nag-try na kami ng street food sa Mongkok. And then we explored Mongkok lang talaga that moment. And then nag-check kami ng recommendation sa Facebook page sa mga pumupunta ng Hong Kong and Macau. And itong ginawa namin ng 3 PM DS Groceries was one of the recommendation ng mga members dun sa page na mura nga daw siya. And yes, it is mura nga. Kasi nag-compare din kami ng price compared sa Bestmart 360 and DS Groceries. Medyo good deal talaga sa DS Groceries compared to Bestmart 360 na selected items lang yung may good deals. Sa DS Groceries, almost all of it is good deals. And around 4 PM, bumalik na muna kami sa aming hostel. And then 4:30 dun ko na rin ginawa yung aming round 1 ng aming pasalubong haul. And 7 PM kami nag-dinner. So, kasi wala kami magawa. So, nag-stay na lang kami muna sa hotel. And then, nag-dinner kami. I'm not sure kung saan to. Pero feeling ko sa sa McDo doon. Kasi alam ko na stranded kami that night eh. Doon kami sa McDo na kumain. So, wala kami masyadong vlog datan kasi stress na. Paano kami makakaalis doon. And 8:30 kami bumalik ng hotel. And then, 10 PM lights out for day 2. So, for day 3 naman guys, 7:30 kami nag-start kasi nga papunta kami ng Macau ng day 3. So, kailangan namin gumising ng maaga and mag-prepare. And doon na natin kami nag-breakfast sa Cafe de Coral na naman, pero sa Chungking Mansions branch this time kasi kapitbahay lang namin siya. And then 9:15, nakarating na kami ng Sunny Bay MTR station, which is from Tsim Sha Tsui, 2 lines sa sakyan mo, red and tsaka orange line ata yun. Magda-transition kayo sa Liking Station. And from Sunny Bay MTR guys, magbabas tayo going to Hong Kong Zhuhai Macau Bridge, Hong Kong Port. And ito yung port destination papunta ng Macau. Andito yung bus station. And hindi namin tinake yung ferry. Number 1 kasi fare difference, mas mura pag bus. Same lang din naman yung makakarating ka rin naman dun sa Macau. So we took the bus. Kagaya nung ginawa namin 2019. And by the way, you have to go through an immigration doon sa HGMB since lalabas ka ng Hong Kong. And then around 10 AM na kami umalis ng Hong Kong port via bus. And 11 AM na kami nakarating ng Hong Kong Zhuhai Macau port naman this time. And then you have to go through immigration again since you are entering new country. And i-explain ko sa inyo yan doon sa Hong Kong Macau vlog natin and kung ano yung journey. Plus the tour guide na nakilala ko lang din and recommendation siya sa Hong Kong and Macau Facebook page. So nag-reach out lang ako sa kanila. And I linked the Facebook page ni Ate Teng Teng sa ating description box doon sa Hong Kong, sa Macau content natin. And then 11:30 kami nag-start ng tour with her cousin, si Kuya Alister. Siya yung sumama sa amin kasi pinapasok daw si Ate Teng Teng that day. Kasi nga, the prior day may bagyo, so lahat walang pasok. So, ayun. And pinuntahan namin una is Macau Fisherman's Wharf. After that, ruins of St. Paul, Senado Square, and then nag-quick snack lang kami ng 1:30. I'm not sure guys, pero pag travel kami, hindi kami nagstay sa restaurant. If mapansin nyo, if balikan nyo yung mga Singapore namin, Malaysia, wala kaming tinagalang resto, more on street food lang kami. Ewan ko, pag nag-travel kami, hindi kami nakakamdam ng gutom, or maybe because kasi may water rin kaming dala. And then, after ng quick snack ng 1:30, we continued our Macau tour. Nagpunta ng City of Dreams, The Londoner, The Parisian, Studio City. The Parisian, ito yung mayroong Eiffel Tower. And then, The Venetian, ito yung may parang Grand Canal Mall dito sa atin sa BGC. And then, Studio City. And then 5:15 umalis na kami hinatid na kami ni Kuya Alister sa Hong Kong Zhuhai Macau Bridge, Macau Port. And you have to go through immigration again kasi aalis ka ng Macau. And then papunta na kami ng Hong Kong ng 6:15 PM via bus din. And then that time, wala nang mas panahon, sumilip na yung haring araw. And pagdating sa Hong Kong Port, nag-immigration ulit. And explain ko ito dun sa Macau content natin kung ano yung gagawin nyo. And then 7 PM, nasa Sunny Bay na ulit kami. Pabalik naman kami ng hostel dapat, pero sabi ko, sige mag-Mongkok na rin tayo since dadaan na rin naman tayo eh. So dumiretso na muna kami ng Mongkok. And then doon na rin kami nag-dinner sa Cafe de Coral. By the way, Cafe de Coral guys, paiba-iba naman sila ng menu set. Iba yung for breakfast, iba yung for lunch, iba yung for dinner. Baka sasabihin nyo puro kayo cafe de coral, baka para yung kinakain nyo. And 8:30 kami nag-start ng Ladies Night Market ng day 3. Again, this was from Macau trip. So, di pa kami umuwi that time. So, nilaban na namin kasi sayang naman yung panahon at oras. Kasi nga yung day 2 namin, ang daming naubos na oras kasi wala kami napuntahan masyado. And then, 10 p.m. kami umuwi. And then, 11 na kami natulog that time nung day 3. Okay, so next, day 4 natin. 8 a.m. kami nag-start kasi this was our Disneyland day. And I'm excited for the 3 of them. Ang aga nilang nagising, parang 4 a.m. ata. May nagre-prepare na sa kanila. But umalis kami hostel ng 8 a.m. And then, we just had our breakfast sa 7-Eleven. Kasi mabilisan na nga. Kasi pag after ng 7-Eleven, may pababa na yun ng MRT. So, wala na kaming time. Para at least, ang hinahabol namin is magkaroon kami ng magandang picture dun sa arc. Which nangyari. Kasi pagdating namin doon, walang masyadong tao, walang kaagaw. So, if makita nyo yung Hong Kong Disneyland vlog natin, kaya ang ganda ng shot ng gitna talaga kami. So, 8:30 na kami nakarating ng Sunny Bay MTR, and then dun lang kami nag-transition to the Disneyland train. And 8:45 na sa Hong Kong Disneyland Arc na kami, nag-enjoy na kami ng picture, video. And then, hindi pa naman bukas yung Hong Kong Disneyland. Dati alam ko 10:30 sila nagbubukas. But, mas maganda, mas maaga. Aside from the picture, makakapigla ka ng maaga sa entrance. Kasi dalawa yung entrance. Una is security check. And then, pangalawa yung isang main entrance. So, 10 a.m. na kami nakapila ng Hong Kong Disneyland. And then, nakapasok na rin kami after namin pumasok. Pinatakbo ko agad yung tatlo doon sa gazebo, sa gitna. Kung saan pwede magpa-picture sa isang character. Good thing si Mickey Mouse yung assigned that moment. So, kaya may picture kaming separate. And yun lang yung naging picture namin with a character. Kasi the rest of the time is in-enjoy na namin yung Disneyland. So, ang unang ride namin was Jungle River Cruise Ride. Meron tayong separate vlog for a complete ride experience. And afternoon adventure is out there, which is an outdoor show. And 12 p.m. Basta yan, ito yung sunod-sunod namin guys. So pwede nyo screenshot yan para at least if papunta ka Disneyland, ito yung gawin mong itinerary sa inside the Disneyland. I-check mo na lang yung time. I believe na-share ko yung time dun sa mga vlogs natin. So after na adventure is out there, we went to Main Street Bakery to have some refreshments. And then Happiest Birthday Celebration Show, Pixar Water Play Street Party Parade. By the way, the parade is changing, different siya per season since this is summer. So medyo may kinalaman sa water yung mga shows nila and then mga parade. And Follow Your Dreams, Festival of the Lion King Show, Mystic Manor Ride, Slinky Dog Ride, PhilharMagic Show, Iron Man Experience Ride, Ant-Man and the Wasp Ride, Mickey and the Wondrous Book Show, and It's a Small World Ride. So, this time, na-happy ako kasi ang dami naming na-try as compared to 2019 na bilang lang sa 5 daliri yung mga na-try namin. Shout out sa inyo, Riza, Dayan, at Ishi. And this time, ang dami naming nagawa sa Disneyland kasi nga, finalo ko yung app, yung itinerary sa app. And then 8:30, ito na yung pinakahihintay, which is yung Momentous Fireworks Display. Kasi nung 2019, sarado yung castle, ni-renovate, and this time open na siya with a show. So, and then 9:30 na kami natapos sa Disneyland. And around 10:30, nakarating na kami ng hostel ulit. Kasi kasama na yung dinner time dyan. And then 12 na kami nakatulog ng day 4. Okay, and the next, day 5. So, 9 a.m. kami nag-start ng day 5 from sobrang pagod ng Disneyland. And umalis na kami sa 9, nag-breakfast kami 7-Eleven ulit. Kasi babalik kami ng Tung Chung. So, nakarating na kami ng Tung Chung 10:15 a.m. para sa aming Ngongping 360 na supposedly happened noong day 2. Pero that's fine. And 10:45 Ngongping 360 cable car. 10:30 sila nagbukas. Kaya nakasakay agad kami ng, or nakarating agad kami ng Ngongping Village ng 11 or after 15 minutes lang, 15 minutes ride kasi wala masyadong queue. And then, dun mo makikita si Big Buddha, Pauline Monastery, and meron tayong vlog dyan kung anong itsura ng mga yon. And then, naggala-gala lang kami sa loob ng Ngongping Village. And then, around 1 p.m., umalis na kami ng Ngongoy Village. Bumaba ulit kami ng Tungchung via bus. And yun yung napansin ko, wala nagka-cable car pabalik. Kasi, same path lang din naman. So, since nakita mo na kung cable car papunta, parang hindi na worth it kung mag-cable car ka papabalik. Kasi same view lang. Mas okay if nakabus ka na pabalik kasi kakaibang experience and ibang view naman yung makikita mo. And then, around 2 p.m. nakarating na kami ng Citygate outlets ulit. And then, din na lang kami nag-lunch. And then, 3:30, was kami ng Citygate kasi hindi kami nakapamili masyado kasi feeling ko affected talaga because of the inflation din. Iba talaga siya ng 2019. Noong 2019 kasi, may mabibili ka ng less than $200. But for this time, parang ang pinakamura nakita ko isang 300, parang hindi pa maganda yung design, and the rest is more or less $1,000 na ulit. And then wala masyadong promo. Siguro ng 2019 given kasi nga merong mga rally, parang para lang maubos yung stock ng mga stores kaya binabagsak presyo. But for this year, medyo hindi na maganda yung deals. Pero if you have a budget, no, why not? You buy there, you shop there. And then, 3:30 kami umalis ng Citygate Mall and then dumiretso na kami ng The Peak Tram. So, from Tungchung, isang diretso lang yun from end to end nung line na yun, which is Hong Kong MTR station. And then, from there, nag-taxi na kami kasi sabi ni Google may bus daw doon, pero yung bus is diretso na ng The Peak. And meron kaming round trip ticket ng tram. So, we have to go to the tram station, hindi doon sa mismong The Peak. So we opt to ride a taxi which cost us $31. And ang flag down rate nila guys, I believe is parang $24 or $27 if I'm not mistaken. Balikan nyo na lang din sa vlog natin. And then around 4:30 na kami nakarating ng Peak Tram Station. So if you have purchased ticket online, so you don't need to line up doon sa ticketing, hindi mo na siya kailangan ipa-exchange into a physical ticket. Diretso ka na sa entrance and then iscan nyo lang yung QR code. And diretso na kayo dun sa platform. And then, 4:45 na kami nakaakyat sa The Peak via The Peak Tram. And then, Madame Tussauds, di na kami pumasok doon kasi nga, mahal din talaga. Lahat ng tickets guys, nagmahal. Actually, mamaya ko nang babagitin pala yung price kasi doon pala tayo sa isang vlog na yun. Itinerary lang to. Sige, mamaya tayo discuss yung mga pricing. And then, Sky Terrace 4 to 8, doon kami naghintay ng sunset para at least makita namin naman yung city lights kasi noong 2019 tanghaling dapat kami pumunta. This time to have a different experience. Though nakita na rin naman tatlo yung day view and then night view. So that's a bonus for them. But for us yung night view talaga for us ni El, yung night view yung gusto namin makita. Kaya naghintay kami hanggang 7 p.m. And then 7:40 na kami umalis ng The Peak and nag-tram lang kayo pabalik. Though may option ka to take a bus, but since meron kaming ticket na round trip, so nag-tram kami pabalik. And then 9 p.m. na kami nakarating ng Central MTR, so we just niwalk lang namin from The Peak Tram going to Central MTR. And then natandaan ko lang yung dinaanan namin noong 2019. Medyo nahirapan ako mag-navigate via Google that time. And then 10 p.m. na kami nakarating ng hostel, and then 11 p.m. lights out. And then for day 6 namin guys, we started 9:30. Medyo nag-chill na lang kami kasi nga pauwi na rin kami. And wala na kayong masyadong pupuntahan for the itinerary. So 9:30 na kami umalis. 10:30 kami nakarating ng Choi Hong MTR Station. And 11 Choi Hong Estate Rooftop Basketball Court. Nagkawalaan pa kami dyan. So pag exit mo ng C3 from Choi Hong MTR Station guys, kaliwa ka lang, diretso. Tapos sa rooftop kasi yung basketball court. So and then magkakamukha lahat ng buildings doon. So buti na lang meron si ate. Hi ate, yung local, hindi ko nakuha yung name mo. Di man tayo nag-usap daw, nakisilip ko doon sa picture. Nakita mo yung hinahanap namin, and then sumunod lang kami sa iyo. Thank you sa pagdala mo sa amin doon. And then after noon, 12:30 nakarating na kami ng Nanlian Garden and Chilin Nunnery. This was supposedly na visit namin ng 2019 pero hindi na. Kasi nga takot kami kasi nga may mga rally ng 2019, so di kami nakalayo sa city masyado. Baka kasi stranded kami sa isang along the way, so kaya di namin napuntahan. And then 1:30 na ligaw kami kay Donkey. And meron kasi nito sa Taiwan, di namin pinasok kasi we thought na it was a restaurant. But it's a combination guys, may resto, may grocery, and then may for pasalubong, tas may mga gadgets, parang mall talaga siya na separate na nasa mall. Mall na nasa mall. Okay. And then 2:30 nakabalik na kami ng East Chim Shatchoy, and then ito yung nagpaalam sa akin yung tatlo na gusto daw nila magbalik ng Mongkok. Pero sabi ko sige, tara balik tayo. Tapos nag-request sila kung pwede sila lang daw. So pinagbigyan natin, and yeah, nakapabili naman sila ng pasalubong na additional. And then 3:30 nag-shoot na kami ng pasalubong haul, lahat yung round 2 natin. And then 6:30 nag-try tayo magpapalit sa Chowking Mansion. And yung pangalan nung palitan dun is parang my money exchange ko. So that's ideal guys, magpapalit dun mismo na sa Hong Kong kasi less than 7 pesos lang per dollar. Pero here sa country natin sa Philippines, some of the money exchangers guys, almost 8 pesos yung ano nila rate. So mas maganda na nandun. Pero ang ginawa namin, nagpapalit kami ng half or 1/4 ng budget namin here. And then the rest of the budget is dun sa mismong sa Hong Kong. And then sumilip ko sa Bestmart 360 sa may baba lang ng Mirador Mansion. And then 8:30 bumalik kami ng Avenue of Stars. And then ito rin yung pinagbigyan ko yung tatlo na sige gala kayo, enjoy nyo na tong last full night natin sa Hong Kong. And then ayun, naglakad sila ng kanila, and kami naman ni El, gumala kami ng sa amin. And then dito ko rin ginawa yung hostel tour, 10 PM, and then 11:30 PM lights out na kami. And then last day, day 7, which is Saturday, 11 AM na kami naglabas kasi sinulit na namin. Check out na ng 11 AM, and then bumunta kami ni El sa A6 sa may Harbor Point para i-claim yung voucher namin for Hong Kong goodies. So nakabili kami ng cup, tapos si El is, sorry, hindi ko alam ang kati ng ilong ko, kanina ko pa hinahawakan yung ilong ko. And then 12 na kami sakay ng bus, A21 going to Hong Kong International Airport. Sa tapat lang yun ng Mirador Mansions guys. And then 1 PM kami na-arting ng departure area ng Hong Kong International Airport. And then medyo nagka-problem kami dito kasi nga lahat yung tatlo more than 10 lahat ng bags nila. And then may sinabi akong trick or tip doon sa last vlog natin ng Hong Kong to Manila. So panoorin nyo guys kung ano yung ginawa namin, and hindi kami nakapagbayad ng extra baggage for this trip, and I'm so happy. And 3 PM na kami nakapag-check-in, baggage drop, immigration, and then 4:30 late lunch na diretso na kami sa gate ng 5:15, and then konting upo lang, and then 6:40 hindi, 5:25 nag-start na sila magpo-board, and then 6:40 nag-start mag-take off na yung plane from Hong Kong International Airport. And then around 9 PM nakarating out kami dito sa Manila Terminal 3 ng International Airport. We did our baggage claim, immigration, and then 9:30 PM dinner with my parents. Kasi sila yung sumundo ulit doon sa tatlo pabalik ng province, si Mami, si Daddy. So doon na kami nag-dinner sa Chowking sa airport. And that's basically it guys. So that's our day 1 to 7. And ito rin yung pagkaka-arrange ng mga vlogs natin. So ito lang yung detailed. If ever na you're looking for an itinerary, you can take a screenshot, okay, of those things na nakita nyo dyan sa screen na pinakita ko. Then it's up to you if you want to follow it or if you want to do some modification. But this is for 7 days na. Okay? Ayan, so tapos na ating itinerary vlog. Ngayon naman, pupunta tayo sa second part ng content na to, which is yung budget sharing natin. Hindi ko talaga ba't ang kati-kati ng ilong ko guys. So, huwag nyo lang pansinin yung paghawak sa ilong ha. Ang pansinin nyo itong nandiyan sa screen nyo. So, ayun, mag-start tayo ng pre-departure expenses natin. Lagi tayo may pre-departure kasi hindi namin kayang bayaran to ng isang bagsakan. So, mga within 6 months prior to the target date namin kami nagbibili ng mga tickets namin. If na-check mo yung mga other itinerary and budget sharing natin, ganito talaga yung ano natin. Ganito yung ating format. So yeah, for our pre-departure guys, nakagastos kami ng 19,566 pesos. Again, this is not a one-time, big-time 19,000. 6 months preparation to ata 3 months. And nakuha namin yung Manila to Hong Kong ticket na 3,186. And then Hong Kong to Manila na 3,753. And tataka kayo bakit magkahiwalay kasi mas mura siya. Yun yung per my experience, and then that's what I prefer as compared dun sa mismong round trip talaga na ticket, pero medyo good deal talaga pag magkahiwalay pa siya bibilihin. And then Hong Kong Peaceful Guest House na hotel 4,378, and then we bought 2 20 kilos papunta, and then 2 20 kilos pabalik. So, yung papunta is 429. By the way, this is just my budget alone. Hindi ito yung budget namin lahat. This was my expenses. Okay? Pero for the pre-departure, ito yung napaghatian naming 5. So, for papunta, 20 kilos na baggage for 29 each. And then, times 5 na lang. And then, nung 20 kilos pabalik, 881 times 5 na lang ulit. And then, for the seat, since nag-request sila kung pwede daw sila mag-window seat. So, nung una pinag-decide ko sino yung sa kanila yung gusto umupo pero naisip ko, sige na nga, bilhan na natin sila ng seat. Tag-isa sila na lahat sila nasa window. So, 290 pesos yon. And then, Hong Kong Disneyland natin is 5,062 kasi that was peak plus day. By the way, meron silang 3 types of ticket para may regular, semi-regular, and then itong super duper mahal na ticket na 5,062 kasi nga pang holiday season yung napuntahan namin. So if you are planning to purchase a ticket, guys, make sure na check nyo muna yung calendar ni Disneyland kung ano yung required ticket na bibilhin mo. Okay? And then this is via Klook. And then yung ngongping namin binili ko sa trip.com 929 kasi sa ibang platforms that was parang abutin ng more than 1,000 pesos each. So good deal na to kasi nabili ko lang ng less than 1,000. And then the Pick Tram plus Sky Terrace na may round trip ticket, trip.com din 658 pesos lang, pero for other platforms mga 800 to 1,000 pesos. So for airfare 6,939, hotel 4,378, 1,739 naman for the baggage allowance, 290 pesos for the seat. And then for Klook, 5,062. And then for Trip.com, 1,587. For a total of 19,566 for our pre-departure. Again, this is not a one-time, big-time bayaran. This is 3 months or 6 months na preparation bago yung target day namin. And then now, for our day 0, lagi rin nung kasamang day 0, ito yung mga gastos natin papunta and sa airport dito sa Philippines. Pero this time wala tayong Grab kasi nga hinatid tayo, so nakalibre tayo sa pamasahe. So travel tax 1,620. This is mandatory, guys. If you're a first timer na mag-travel, mandatory na may 1,620 babayaran sa airport. And then we are always up to or to buy or to pay this at the airport kasi signing 100 pesos na service fee if you will purchase it online diba? And then bumili lang ako ng water and hotdog bun for 200 pesos doon sa mismong may gate na. So for day 0, we spent 1,820 pesos. Okay, and then mamaya natin isasuma total yung mga yan. Okay, let me just drill down the details. So, for our day 1, guys, naka Hong Kong dollars itong makikita nyo. Pero, i-convert nyo na lang siya into times 7.20 pesos. Kasi, yun yung napalit ko dito sa Pilipinas. Yun yung rate na nakuha ko. And yun yung pera na napapalitan namin dito sa Pilipinas. 7.20 pesos per 1 Hong Kong dollar. So, for day 1, Octopus card activation, 15 Hong Kong dollars. And then nag-load din ako ng 100 Hong Kong dollars, and then from bus terminal from Hong Kong Airport to Tsim Sha Tsui via bus 34.6. So yung lunch namin Jollibee meals 54 Hong Kong dollars, SIM card $70, disinfectant wipes, sorry for the misspelling, $15. This is in disinfectant spray $55 para at least na sure tayo na safe tayo sa hotel. 7 days tayo doon. And then water na $17. And then this is 1.5 naman, guys. Sabi ni bottled water na maliit. This is 1.5. And then dalawang onigiri. So $91. So for transportation ng day 1, we spent 149.6 Hong Kong dollars. And then for the food and drinks, 91 Hong Kong dollars, and for the other expenses, $140. So, for our day 1, ang expense natin is 380.6 Hong Kong dollars. Mamaya na yung converted price niyan, guys. Pero if you're excited, times 7.20 mo na lang. And for our day 2, guys, for our transportation, nakagastos tayo ng 46.7. So, meron tayong 4.8 from Chimshatri to Jordan, 18.1 Jordan to Liking to Tungchong, 18.1 pabalik naman, Tungchong to Liking to Jordan, and then 5.7 Mongkok. Sorry sa misspelling again, Mongkok to Chimshatri, 5.7. And for food and drinks, we spent $123. So, $40 yung breakfast sa Cafe de Coral, $20 nung Hongkong sa Mongkok na to sa Jordan, street food, Chinese sausage, and then $13 plum juice, nag-divided by to kami ni El dito, and then $50 for our dinner McDo meal. And then for the other expenses, which is yung pasalubong, $100. So total of 269.7 Hong Kong dollars. Sorry guys if you're bothered na pagka ako sa ilong ha. Sorry po, ulit ako. Hindi ko alam ang kati ng ilong ko ngayong gabing ito. And for our day 3, na-spend natin sa transportation natin is 177.7 Hong Kong dollars. So, may 15.4 tayo, 5.165, which is yung sa Hong Kong port to Macau, and then $65 naman pabalik ulit, and then 6.1 from Hong Kong port to Sunny Bay, and then Sunny Bay to Liking to Mongkok, 15.4, and then Mongkok to Chimshatri, 5.7. And then for food and drinks, nakagastos tayo ng $106, 38 nung breakfast, $10 nung sa fried dumpling sa Macau, and then $58 nung dinner sa Cafe de Coral sa Mongkok. And then for the others, day tour, $100 bayad natin each to sa tour guide, and then $50 load natin, so 150 tayo sa others. So total of 433.7 Hong Kong dollars nung day 3. And then for our day 4 guys, ang transportation natin is 55.6. Meron tayong 21.5 from going to Distillat, and then 7.5, $50, 12.5, total of 56.6. And then for food and drinks guys, nakagastos tayo ng $91. So yung may bracket dyan, divided by ito yan. Kami lang ni Elio nagbabudget na lagi may hatian. Yung tatlo may sariling hatian sila eh. And then for the extra load, $100. And then total natin ng day 4 natin is 247.6 Hong Kong dollars. Okay? Again, if you want to convert it right now, 7.2 siya. Or 7.20. So for our day 5 guys, ang transportation natin for transportation expense natin is 87.1, may 18.1, 19.1, 23.6, and then $16. Ito yung taxi, divided by 2 ulit kami ni L. So, and then meron 10.3. And for the food and drinks on day 5 natin, 123.5 Hong Kong dollars. Ayan, ay yung mga gastos natin, 8.5, 16, 11, 11, 32, 18, and then 27. And then, for the others, $98 yung Mongping souvenir yun. And then, ang total na nagastos natin ng day 5 natin is 308.6 Hong Kong dollars. Okay. And then, for our day 6, last full day, last full gastos. Ay, hindi pa pala. May day 7 pa pala. So, for the food, for transport, 32.4 ang ating nagastos. 8.1, 5.4, 8.9, and then wait lang, bakit sa transportation tong $10 na Hong Kong fried? So, imagine nyo na, ilipat nyo na lang siya sa kabila. Okay? So, instead na 32.4, less man na lang ng 10. So, 22.4 ang transportation natin. Ilipat natin itong 10 doon sa 70, which is $80 ang food and drinks natin. Yun yung total, 8.5, 16, 11, 11, 48, total of 80. I-plus nyo lang yung 10 na nasa transportation na section dun sa kabila. Pero same pa rin naman ang total niyan, which is 102.4 Hong Kong dollars nung day 6. And then for our day 7 guys, konti lang yung nagastos natin kasi nga ito na yung paalis natin. So for transportation, 36.4 lang. For food and drinks, $22. And then for Hong Kong goodies, $70 yung nagastos natin. discounted na yan kasi nga invest sa 200 plus ata yung total bill, 70 na lang yung nabayaran ko. So for our day 7, 128.4 Hong Kong dollars ang ating gastos. And then 7.1, yun na yung pagdating dito sa Manila. And 296 for the food and drinks, Chowking, and then 70 pesos for the parking. Total of 366 pesos. And ito naman ngayon ang summarized version niya. So for pre-departure and day 0, naka-Philippine currency yan. Pre-departure natin, 19,566. Day 0 natin is 1,820. Total of 21,386 pesos ang ating pre-departure and day 0. And then, ito naman yung day 1 to 7 natin. Andiyan na yung mga converted price. Again, 7.20. I-times nyo lang yung day 1 natin, 380.6 times 7.20, 2,740.32. Day 2 natin, 269.7. So, in Philippine money, 1,941.84. Day 3 natin, 433.7, 3,122.64 in Philippine money. Day 4 is 247.6, 1,782.72 pesos. Day 5 is 308.6, 2,221.92 pesos. Day 6 natin is 122.4, that's 737.28 pesos. And for our day 7, that's 128.4, so 924.48 pesos. So that's total of 1,870 watt from day 1 to 7. In Philippine money, it's 13,471.20. Plus yung day 7 natin na 366 pesos. So, ito na yung pinaka-mismong summarize nyo guys without the line items kung para saan yung mga gastos. So, for our Hong Kong and Macau budget guys, nakagastos tayo ng 35,223.20. And so far guys, hindi nagkakalayo ito sa ano natin, sa Taiwan. Ang pinakamahal pa lang nating napupuntahan is Singapore. Yun yung almost nag 50,000 yung nagastos natin. Pero for this one, 35,223 ang ating nagastos from pre-departure hanggang day 7.1. And this is a 7 days itinerary guys, Hong Kong and Macau. Plus may mga activities. Okay? But for me guys, kayang-kaya siyang ibaba ng para mga 30,000. Okay? If ever may mga ibang activities, if ever Disneyland lang, if ever bawasan mo yung days, like gawin mo lang 3 days, 4 days, i-cut mo lang yun, kaya siya ng 30,000 guys. Okay? If you will follow my itinerary, i-cut nyo na lang yung iba doon. If ayaw nyo ng 7 days, masyadong mahaba for you. But for me, kaya siya ng 30,000 guys. 30 to 35, which is ito nga, 35 yung nagastos namin. So, ayan. So, I can say guys na this is a really another budgetarian trip for you guys. So kagaya lang nung Taiwan natin, nung Malaysia natin, hindi siya ganun kamahal as compared sa Singapore kasi nga given Singapore sobrang mahal. And I hope guys na nagka-idea kayo kung magkano i-prepare nyo sa Hong Kong and Macau nyo. And again, you can just review, replay, and then screenshot yung mga na-share ko sa inyo regarding the itinerary and the budget. And that's it guys. So this is the last and final content na gagawin ko for our Hong Kong and Macau trip nitong July 16 to 22 nitong nakaraang buwan with my kapatid and our friends. So guys, I hope na natulungan namin kayo, nag-idea kayo kung paano nga ba ang galawan sa Hong Kong, ano yung mga dapat gastusin, mga dapat puntahan, magkano yung mga tickets. And again, the price guys may vary kasi it depends sa season ng target date mo. And since we know everyone in the world is affected by inflation, so possible may tumaas pa dyan sa mga yan if you're planning to have your trip by next year or next coming years. So this is just a guide guys na na-share namin sa inyo. And just comment down below guys if ever you have questions I am active naman sa pagsagot sa mga comment sections nyo. And I'm really happy sa mga nababasa ko na nakakatulong daw ako. Very informative yung contents na to. And that's why I am exerting my effort. Kasi ang technique ko guys, as compared to other content creators, yes, nanonood din ako ng mga travel vlogs, but what I'm doing is kung ano yung lacking or alin yung hindi na cover nung vlog na napanood ko, yun yung iti-take note ko and i-make sure ko kapag yun yung content na pupuntahan ko rin is yun naman yung makikita sa aking content. Okay? So, thank you so much lahat na naka-appreciate and just continue supporting me guys and by next year na siguro yung next travel natin, wala na muna tayong travel content for this year. Need natin mag-prepare for next year kasi we are targeting or I am targeting na at least maka 3 countries tayo for next year para marami-rami tayong ma-share sa inyo. Of course, the budgetarian way pa rin. Okay? Walang magbabago dyan sa budgetarian way and yung pagiging detailed ng vlog natin. Every actions, everything na gagawin natin, i-vlog natin for you guys para magka-idea kayo. Okay? Kasi yung ibang vloggers, ibang content creators, yes, napagkakasya nila yung like 5-day trip nila sa isang content but that's not very detailed. Syempre di nila di ka makakuha ng mga magagandang idea kung magkano ba talaga as compared dito sa ginagawa ko. And thank you so much again sa mga nakaka-appreciate nun. So ayun guys, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell para updated ka sa mga next travel vlogs natin and other travel itinerary and budgets sharing. And again guys, I really appreciate your love and support. Just continue doing the call outs sa chat, like if may na-miss ako para at least I will be aware of para at least sa mga next destination natin i-share ko sa inyo ng tama. So again, this is Martini guys. Thank you so much for your time and again, apologies if this was late and don't forget to follow me on my social media accounts, Instagram, Facebook page, TikTok, and of course here sa channel to. Don't forget to subscribe para at least notified ka sa mga upcoming videos ko. So yun lang guys, bye bye!